Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are gonna discuss about important trigger scenario. So our question here is we have some prerequisites before moving to the questions. So we have to create a multi-select pick list on a contact object with the name additional access. Okay, so in that you could add multiple values like CPQ, sales, experience, anything you could add, and you have to create a one new object, okay, by the name account extension. And to this object you need to add also a description field, right? And make this object as a parent of account by creating a lookup on that account. Okay, so if you are following along with me, pause the video here only and just create all those fields. Okay, now our requirement here is we are having the contact object, right? And on contact, just let me write for you guys. On contact, if our additional access field contains a particular value, let's say CPQ, okay, if it contains CPQ, then we have to update this value on the associated account extension object. Since we are making account extension as a parent of account, it doesn't mean that we would be creating multiple child accounts. We would be having one-to-one relationship between our account and account extension. Okay, rest for account to contact, it could have one to many, right? So that means our hierarchy would be contact, and the contact's parent is account, and whose parent is account extension, right? So what we need to do is we need to update the account extension. That means this part, from contact to account extension. So seemingly it is easy, right guys? So let's discuss the approach, like how we would be doing, and I have also implemented certain scenario for you guys, so we would also be discussing that part. But yeah, from the requirement, I hope it's clear. I know that there are now various tools like ChatGPT and other things, but we are going to today discuss about the logic, because ideally we have to build the logic for our mental ability. So what we are going to do is, so let's just build up a brute force solution for now, okay, then we can optimize it further, right? So what we can do is what we will do is, right, we will use the trigger, and trigger would be obviously on account extension, no, right? Okay, trigger would be on contact object. Why, you know, because this is the triggering object, and we will check if any of the contacts contains the value as CPQ, right? And what we will do is we will store them in list. Okay, we'll say list of contacts with CPQ access, right? Okay, so contacts with CPQ is created. Okay, and in this we would be adding those contacts whose first option is account ID is not equal to null, and account extension record also exists. That means, just ignore the spellings guys. So that means we have to query all those contacts. Out of these contacts also, let's suppose we are having 10 contacts, so out of which if 5 are satisfying our conditions, 5 would only go into our contacts with CPQ access. Okay, and at the end what we can do is we will just update we will what we would be getting from our account extension. Okay, one thing, from our contact we can iterate to account, we can go to account, and we can also go to account extension, right? Yes or no? Yes, right? Okay, so we would be going in this way, right? So now let's discuss the solution, but before moving further I want to show you the schema diagram that what we have created is account and contact that was there, and account extension we created having a description field. So just a second, let me zoom in. So having a description field, so one to many is there, but we are considering this as one to one in our business use case, right? Now let us also check, we are having some dummy contacts, whether they are just satisfying our condition or not. So we are having our account name as bulk insert, and in this we are having a lot of contacts, and associated with those contacts in the account we would be having our account extension as partner type, right? We are having this. Okay, so that means our if we have any contact under this account, that means it should work, right? Now what we would be doing is we would be working on our trigger, but before working on that what we would be gonna understand here is select ID from contact we are having, and we can also get account ID from contact where account dot name is equal to bulk insert, right? So we are having ID name, let's query the name, you know, IJKLM would be the names, but yeah. So now we can also have the account dot account extension underscore r dot name, right? So for all these the account extension is of the type partner, so we are having this records, right? Okay, now let's move further. I just want to make you sure that okay, these things are working. Now the scenario would be pretty much tricky for you guys also to understand. So yeah, this is how it works. So just a spoiler before the initial story. Okay, so we are having, I have just created this, only this is not a production ready code, guys. This is just a brute force approach, and now for now we would only consider after insert scenario, right? Because after the contact is inserted, then only we would be firing this event, right? In this I am having one method called update contact details. So what this method is doing, it is taking two values, list of contact, that is trigger.new, and this is trigger.old map. Okay, map of ID and contact. So this is your old map. Now what we are doing is we are taking list of contact with CPQ is new list of contact, and ignore this for now. Okay, now what we are doing is, as we discussed, for contact in new list we are checking if trigger is our insert operation and our account ID is also present on that contact, and associated contact account extension object is already there, and our additional access also contains CPQ. So in this there should be some value being populated, right, if it matches all the conditions. Getting my point? Just I am checking is insert and having account ID and having account extension, as well as if that additional access is containing CPQ or not. Okay, now ignore this for now, just making you feel comfortable with the code. Now we would be checking if our contact with the CPQ is empty or not. Okay, if it is not empty, then we will query the account extension object, and what we would be doing is we'll select ID description from account object where id is contact with cpq 0 for just one record. We are just testing for this thing. Okay, I am again saying only production, it's not production ready code. So just this is a brute force approach to understand a problem. So ideally what it should do, it should update, right? Just ignore everything else. If we see from this point of view, it should update, right? Now what we would be going to do is, in our developer console, I'm having some debugs. Let's remove them before moving further. Then I'll enable all these debugs for you guys. Okay, and I will also ignore the update scenario as we discussed, right? So I hope this is clear. So okay, removed cpq access, we also don't need this. Now I'm saving my trigger, and from my trigger what I'm doing is, in after insert, I'm just calling update contact details, and this is being fired. From here we are getting the list, trigger is running. See again, see, check all the conditions and don't say that I did something missed. So yeah, and contacts with cpq should have added con on the associated contact. And here what I'm doing is, I'm just updating the account extension, right? So it should update, right? So now what we would be gonna do is, okay, just open this account, and under this account we would be creating one new contact. So new contact, and last name would be YouTube test, email, leave it as it is. Okay, no, we won't be creating a new contact. From here what we would be doing is, yeah, we'll go by the old school way because we have to fill this as also. So YouTube test, oops, yeah, so test@test.com. we have our email, last name is YouTube test, and account should not be null, one check. And on this account already we are having that, as I showed you, on this account we are having, see, this is only the account, so we are having the associated account extension record for this. Now I'm saving this, it is saved, right? Now if we see, we need to check the account extension, that did it ran or not. So guys, what we are seeing here is this account extension didn't ran, right? So let's check our dev console. Now we'll first enable this one, and there this. Okay, now for all our debugs are ready, guys. So what we would be doing is, again we would be okay, just a second, let me save this. Okay, now going back to our account, and from here contact YouTube to yt2@test.com. and now what we are going to do is, we are adding the cpq and we are saving, clicking on the save, it's done, and we are having our log. So now you would see the magic. Additional access with cpq is true. What means additional access with cpq means that our first contact that we have inserted, it was having cpq as true, but this query, see, extension is null, extension con.account extension is coming out to be null, right? If you are checking that thing also, then it is also coming out null. If it's null, then it's not passing our condition and it's not moving in here. So ultimately your list is also empty. So from here you can try with any of the scenarios, guys, but from here what we could understand here is that when we are like going from child to parent to grandparent, right? So if we want to get the value of grandparent in our child, we don't directly get it if we directly go via our hierarchy, like we are getting contact dot account id. We can get this, but we cannot get this contact dot account extension underscore r dot some field, right? So we cannot get this. This is not possible in our case, right? So what is the other approach? So now I would leave you with this on this note, so that I would be waiting for your comments on this video, and I just want to know what is the approach you would have done if you would have been in here. Okay guys, we would also be sharing this approach. Post your comments. I would love to hear from you that have you also encountered these types of scenarios? Were there a part of your business requirement? See, ideally it looked very easy for any person. It looked very easy that we can achieve this, right? But when we are going into the depths, we can find what are the technical limitations that we have if we go via child to direct grandparent, right? So my main aim of this video was to make you aware of certain edge case scenarios that might occur, and in your interviews you might also get these type of questions if I would be your interviewer. So yeah, that's a lot for this video, and we would be meeting in the next video. Thank you and have a great day.